I would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Tapiwa, Head of Division Gender Policy and Development at the African Union. I wish to express my sincere gratitude for your presence at this design workshop on digital financial inclusion for Borderland community-based credit unions.
It is a pleasure to address you this morning at the commencement of the design workshop on digital financial inclusion for Borderland community-based credit unions. Within our African context, and particularly within the Borderland communities, the most critical area of intervention towards accelerating financial inclusion and sustainable development is undeniably the leveraging and digitalization of community-based credit unions.
And we want to make sure that the solutions we are developing are truly co-created. We need to go out there.
So far, so good. The security of the system. I can say that the platform we are using, the security of the system has been robust enough.
For instance, what we've been able to do is we've been able to create a separate income account for the group on the platform. So when the money comes back in, the interest is credited to a separate account.
In as much as this is probably a very efficient and very entrenched way of managing risk when it comes to loan activity at the level of the communities. There's our colleague from the ACT Lab yesterday who mentioned that it might come up with a number of issues.
My name is Levo Mukhabudi, a digital financial services practitioner, currently consulting with the IFC as well as several other organizations and a board member on several organizations. My experience with the African Borderlands Center and this workshop has been a great collaborative effort of different stakeholders within the ecosystem. The voice of the consumer was here. We had a trade union, we had technology providers, we had innovators, we had governance, we had the African Union, we had banks. So we had all the different stakeholders that are relevant for providing services to the Borderlands community. And I think what's been great is that we're discussing practical solutions, not only strategies, but how to implement these solutions on the ground and ensure that they're sustainable and serve the people that need to be served on a sustainable basis.
Our conclusion is, if we ask the right questions, we are going to get the kind of answers that we want.
My name is Shegun Lushola. I'm a member of a cooperative from Nigeria. I think it's been a good experience. The ABC team has been able to put together a crop of different area of people cut across every sector that's actually needed for this type of initiative. Me being a cooperative member, coming to this table to be able to also make my own voice heard on the table, bearing in mind that the eventual target of this initiative, they are actually supposed to be cooperative.
Hawata Rafaini. I'm from the African FinTech Network, which is a network of FinTech associations across the continent of Africa. For me, this was an incredible workshop because this was the first time I actually thought about the borderlands and the 270 million people that were out there and 106 border points. So trying to imagine with a group of people which were incredible enthusiasts about the concept, experts in the field of fintech and designing programs, and entrepreneurs was incredibly gratifying.
The speakers are expected to also focus more on their knowledge and experience as they are applicable to the questions posed. In situations where you have concrete products to pitch, we will be happy if you do very short presentations to pitch your product and to tell us a little bit more about how those products are relevant to the questions that you've been required to answer.
My name is Olayinka Odumbaku. I am a technology entrepreneur, and I have had opportunity to build technology that support African businesses selling to the rest of the world. I'm very, very glad to be here to contribute to the discussion around financial inclusion for the border community. It's been an exciting 3 days. We have had deep conversation that I think will go a long way to help the vulnerable, to lead them at least to a sustainable stage in life where at the end of the day they would not be regarded as vulnerable people.
Very much privileged and honored to introduce you this one of most accomplished professor and true son of Africa, who is really involving very much, spending much of his time in advising the development agenda, specifically in Africa and of course in the regions beyond Africa.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation, and I must start by apologizing that I came in late. There are own ways of linking with those in the diaspora through the remittances, and those remittances now coming in crypto and then exchanging crypto into stable currency and then to the citizens, and they are able to pay for goods and services across the border.
My name is Lucine Shuti Mbabazi. I go by Shuti. This workshop has really been exceptional because I think we came in as, the organizing, working with the Borderlands Center to organize, came in with a framework of maybe this could be a one application type solution. But the power of innovation came through the workshop because we're able to see that innovation involves taking what is existing and improving it, or if it's not there, you figure out new ways. And such a powerful experience listening, especially from the voices from the Borderlands, which I commend the Borderlands team for doing, bringing young women and men from the borders, bringing potential solution providers together, and us from a policy perspective, bringing the African Union, who convenes all the policymakers, all the member states, for us to really think about the excluded people at the borders, really our brothers and sisters, 270 million of them.
Bonjour, je suis Sharon Mukwabaya, je suis jeune entrepreneur social et donc la coordinatrice du réseau des jeunes togolais Connect Togo. Et je suis ici dans ce cadre en tant que la représentante des jeunes de ABC Togo. Donc du 9 au 11 mai 2022 s'est tenu ici à Naïvacha un atelier de réflexion et d'échange sur les questions liées au crédit qui peuvent être accordés aux communautés frontalières du point de vue digital, du point de vue financier. Et donc, j'avoue que cet atelier d'échange m'a vraiment permis de voir un peu comment les choses se passent dans les différents secteurs qui étaient présents lors de l'atelier et qui sont bien sûr concernés par cette thématique.
name is Anthony Kyogora. I'm an Associate Director at Equity Group Foundation, responsible for enterprise development and financial inclusion, where we provide capacity building and link excluded and marginalized persons to access financial services. The workshop has been amazing, as it's really a good platform. I would say my takeaway, the biggest one has been on private sector involvement as we develop this intervention to enable the cross-border communities thrive and also develop themselves, their communities. Clearly, I think is an opportunity for the private sector to really come in big time with investment through private capital, and to just enhance the sustainability of the project. And we're happy to also collaborate with the UNDP, especially in the aspect of training capacity building on financial literacy, financial education, and even digital literacy.
There are those ones who probably they don't have enough money. They come to us and then we lend them money. If you look at, say, number one, that's a lady, she borrowed 12,000 shillings. We normally give a period of 30 days. And then we charge 30%.
I'm a bit scared of how this is going, so I'm gonna I'm gonna switch the slides. Second slide, very quickly. Second slide, please. Second slide.
My name is Tapiwa Uchizi Nyasuludu Yamamu, and I'm with the African Union Commission, where I'm heading the Women and Gender Policy and Development Division, and that is within the Women and Gender and Youth Directorate of the African Union. Of course, it has been really an interesting time and a period that I've had here for the last 3 days of this workshop. Particularly interesting in the fact that, well, I've been exposed to quite a number of our stakeholders, more particularly to the fact that we've interacted with the fintech, specialists. But what we can promise to ABC on this, is that as African Union, we are there standing shoulder to shoulder to support and to ensure that this program or this initiative is implemented, because at the end of the day, we will be not leaving anyone behind. We'll be supporting the cross-border traders out there so that they are able and enjoy, the AfCFTA agreement that is in place, so that we see that women and youth are uplifted from the poverty lines that they are living at.